big news. So last week, the next topic, we talked about Kareem Hunt, the whole Kareem Hunt saga. He might, be cut. He might be traded. We were talking about the running back room, how that'd be a nice addition. That didn't happen. I mean, Kareem Hunt's still in the Browns right now, but we ended up going to get another former Chief to bring back onto the team. We brought back Jerrick McKinnon, who tore it up at the end of last season. He dominated the playoffs. He was awesome. He gave a new life to our kind of our running game. And some could say if we used him more in the AFC Championship game, maybe we might have been in the Super Bowl, but not really going to go into that. But JD, what were your thoughts on bringing back Jerrick McKinnon on that 1-year deal? And what do you make of this and the entirety of the current running back room that we have in Kansas City?
Honestly, I was wondering what we was waiting on. I mean, for real. I mean, he was a guy, without a doubt, that I thought we should have kept in the room. So I don't know if it was something like, hey, go ahead and make your way, see if somebody else could sign you. And, if you can, then much success, right? Because part of it was trying to recoup his career. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get back to say he was healthy. He's back in, whatever form he's in to still play. He's, still effective. And he showed that. He showed that in the playoffs. And the times he got into the game, he made the most out of each and every opportunity he was out there. To me, my estimation, from actually like really looking at him, I thought he was the best pass blocking running back out there, without a doubt. I mean, he knew where everybody was coming from, and that's the veteran presence in him. That's him knowing what his capability is and what he had to do. That's his assignment. And so he did that really well. So that's what I was thinking of, man. Why wouldn't we bring McKinnon back? So I was a big fan of him. I was a huge fan of McKinnon. I thought he should have got more touches, to be honest with you. In the playoff game when we started, bringing CEH, which, he's a guy who was coming back and we hoped, he was going to be able to come back to form after the injury. But McKinnon was hot. He was absolutely hot. And so, man, he had a hot hand, man. Like I said, during the whole playoffs. Like I said, man, he took advantage of every opportunity. Yeah. So to me, this just makes sense, right? Kareem Hunt, yeah, it didn't happen. Jerrick McKinnon, hey, man, shoot. Welcome home, baby. Welcome home. And so I think right now in that room, what that's going to do is you have CEH, you have ROJO, you have McKinnon, you still have Gore, Pacheco, and who else you got? You got the
undrafted running back from Ole Miss, Ealy.
Ealy, yeah. So I mean, the room. I mean, honestly, Jerrick McKinnon there just got better. That's what I feel like. It just got better. So he's your Swiss Army knife. He can do it all. He can do it all. He really can. And so I've always been a fan, man, with him ever since he was up in Minnesota. Tried to get him on my fantasy a couple of different times, and he got it. I was like, that guy. And, hopefully he'll come back. But, man, he looks like he's a very jubilant guy, high energy. When I was at the game, man, he was the one that was talking to everybody, riling everybody up, dancing, going to each and every player. A guy like that, man, is just fun to be, to have as your teammate. And so I think this is absolutely bodes well for the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, I think we just got better in the backfield. I really do.
So that would be, we named 6 guys we named. So ROJO, yes. CEH, McKinnon,
Gore,
Pacheco, and then Ealy. So that's 6.
Ealy. Yeah.
Realistically, how many are we carrying, and what guys do you think are going to be in the chopping block? I mean, obviously, we need to go through training camp preseason, but right now, where would you kind of lean on the how many running which ones we would keep?
I mean, you got to go in with 3 every game. I mean, that's just it's standard that you have to do. So then you'll probably have maybe one guy that's who's going to be at least 4 for without a doubt on the roster.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to have another guy probably on practice squad. I don't think you carry 2, but you may. I don't know. Depends on how you feel like you're going to get out of special teams wise. Right. And so I think that's what it boils down to. So I think probably in my estimation, when I'm looking at, I think Pacheco because of what he can do, his speed. Like I've seen videos of him like catching punts and maybe kickoffs and stuff like that. He's a guy who's fast, he's big, he's going to play a lot of special teams. I think Ealy's a lot smaller guy, so I don't know. I went for sure. I'm sure Gore maybe I don't know if he played special teams or not last year. You didn't see him do anything as far as that. I'm sure he was on there for a little bit, but that's what it's going to boil down. It's going to boil down to. Can you play special teams? And that guy that's the fourth running back, you are going to play special teams. Ain't no doubt about it. You ain't sitting over here getting a free ride. Just sitting over here. If you're going to do it, we're going to get you a ticket. And if that's going to get you a ticket, then we're going to put you in street clothes. In street clothes, then we're going to put you on practice squad. So, but right now, the CH, ROJO, McKinnon, man, I like that. I like that rotation. I do. I like that a whole lot. I think it keeps us strong. And then whoever the fourth guy is, I think, Gore, who knows the offense, he's going to be all right. Or if it's going to be, Pacheco, right, of learning. This young, fast, twitchy guy. I kind of watched a little bit of his film, like in college, what he was doing. So my brother actually lived in violence. So he was like, man, I watched him in high school. So he's got some talent. He's got some talent. He looked like he's a pretty strong kid. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, that's what we're looking at.
He's a fast kid. He reminds me of that running back we had in Kansas City a few years back, Nile Davis. One cut and go, and he's he's a pretty stout kid too. Yeah,
sure. That's all you get. Look, that's all you get in the NFL anyway. Shoot, one cut. Yeah, that's all. You better.
Which is perfect for if he is going to play special teams. That's perfect for a kick returner right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Get me to 35 or 40. I'm set. That's what I want.
Right. Because it boils down to, okay, so, all right, you're talking about receiver wise, who's all going to be in the room? Do you want that wide receiver going out there doing special teams? Unless he's just a gunner or he's going to be a kick returner. I'm just looking on the roster right now of the guys that we got, wide receiver wise. There's going to be some guys that are not going to play special teams at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. I don't know if you put McCole back there. You might, maybe if you need a play. I think that's the only way you'd be like, okay, McCole, go back there then. Sort of like they did Tyreek Hill, right? Tyreek, hey, we need a play. Go ahead. Go back there. Field this punt. But
Corey Coleman, that could be his way of getting on the team. I mean, his last year in New York, he averaged about 29.7 yards per kick return that he had. So, he's a good kick, specialist. So he could definitely, make the team doing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
But as far as the McKinnon signing, going back to his playoff run, we talked about he didn't get enough touches in that AFC Championship game. He had 12 carries for 65 yards, averaged 5.5 yards per carry in that game.
Okay.
Buffalo, he had about, looking at the stats, 10 carries, 24 yards, kind of a rough game, but he had 5 catches, 54 yards in that game. And then the first round, 12 carries, 61 yards against the Steelers, and 6 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown in that. So, he really did it all for us in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's productive. That's what you are. That's what you're looking for. And so we ain't going against somebody who's not, this is playoff, this is playoff time.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh, you're talking about the Bills. Yeah, man. McKinnon, shoot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, he's a great signer. Like I said before, man, to me, he's a Swiss Army knife, plays high level with a lot of energy. I like him. I always have.
Yeah. His whole thing was, it was their talent. It was just staying healthy. And, last year he didn't play for most of the season because he was kind of like injured. And then we brought him out.
He'll get back into it. Right. Yeah.
And we brought him out at the end of the season against the Bengals, his first game back, and then Denver. So, if as long as he can stay healthy, he's a solid guy. 1-year deal, so obviously we don't really have much invested in him. But hey, if he can do what he did last year in that playoff stretch, do it all season long. That's just another element to the offense with CEH and with Ronald Jones that Ronald Jones brings to our offense now. So it's gonna be the right back rooms. It's like not a lot of big names, but those are guys who are talented guys who have done something. And CEH still making his way, but ROJO and McKinnon have shown flashes of being great in the NFL.
Solid guys, man. Solid guys. No doubt about it. I think, those guys are rotation I don't care what team you go to. They're in rotation. So, that was a great signing by the Chiefs, man. Yeah. Great signing coming back. So, we'll see. We're happy for him.
Yeah. I'm surprised his playoff run didn't earn him like a bigger paycheck for somebody else, like a 3-year deal or something. I mean, I don't know.
People are just put off on injuries, right? If you have a history of them, and they didn't get to see you the past year, they're like, okay, why did the Chiefs not resign you? Right? That's the question. Well, okay, we want to take this. Yeah. So the Chiefs like, nah, look, man, hey, we got you. Yeah. We got you.
No, it's another piece and another guy to bring in for the training camp to see who can compete for it. So it's gonna be we have a lot. It's like we talk about. We have 6 running backs, 1 million receivers. So it's gonna be interesting to see who fights it out and makes the rosters. That I can't wait for the roster cuts. Guys' livelihoods, but I can't wait to see what the 53-man looks like because there's a lot of talent on this team.
Right. Yeah, man. Yeah. Look, man. I'm gonna say this. I don't think people realize how tough it is to make an NFL roster. I mean, seriously. I know we say people's names and hey, this guy, and he's gonna be great for us. And this sucker's fighting for his life out there, literally for his career. And so you getting evaluated day in or day out. I mean, I've seen first rounders being cut, after the first and second year. I mean, it really has. Second and third, like it is tough. It's all about consistency. It's all about you showing up every single day to perform at your best ability, and them, believing in you that you're going to be able to do it on the field consistently. It's one thing when you do it in a practice, that's one thing, right? But it's different when you're going against somebody, who's an all-pro, right? Who you going to be against? Aaron Donald,
yeah,
right? Von Miller, okay? So,
no, 100% right, and I think a lot of people, the Twitter GMs, as they call them, they think they know it all. It's like talk about Justyn Ross, for example. Just a quick one. Everyone thinks he's going to make the team automatically. Just because of what he did a couple years back. He's been injured. He's had some highlight reel type catches in the OTAs and stuff. But he's mysteriously he hasn't been out there for the mandatory minicamp. And you and I said there's a chance that he could just kind of be stashed away on the practice squad. I mean, we don't know what's going on with his injuries. I mean, but if he has an injury, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But we haven't seen him in two days so far. Mandatory minicamp, we haven't seen him yet. So we never know. We really just never know.
Hey man, look, what you did a few years ago doesn't matter. What have you done for me lately? That's how the NFL works. And so we can look at your highlights. I get, and if you're working hard, if you're out there and you're showing up, they can see your progress. Absolutely. But we got 2 examples on the team, on the squad, right? Of Josh Gordon and Corey Coleman. Yep. Okay. First round picks. And everything didn't work out the way that they wanted it to. Mm-hmm. Right. And so when we're sitting over here, we're looking at it, there's a lot of guys who was tops at their team and, in their conference and whatnot in college. Hey man, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it means a little bit, but I'm talking about when you get into the NFL, are you consistent on that? How does he work? Is he a hard worker? Is he getting the offense? Like I said, man, NFL's never had a problem of getting guys and talent into the league. Yeah. Never. So ain't like you need this guy. There's 100 other guys like this with your talent trying to get in. Believe me.
Yeah, I'll never forget as a kid watching the Hard Knocks, the season you were on it, was when we cut Rod Gardner. It was like Rod Gardner should make this team, but like the slightest little thing, these NFL teams like, nah, you got to go. It's like even if he was the number 2 or number 3 best receiver we had on that team,
yeah,
the slightest thing in the NFL teams was kick you off. It's like, wow, it can just happen.
It's business, man. I thought Rod should have made a team too. I'm just gonna put that out there, but that hey, I don't make the decision. So.
I agree with you. Now living in the DC area, I saw Rod Gardner dominate with the Skins or with the Washington Commanders now.
Yeah.
No, I mean it'll be interesting. So I can't wait for the 53-man stuff to happen.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.